Is it real sweat?
It's real sweat. I'm a high performance athlete. Athletes sweat. Athletes sweat. Sweat, sweat.
It's such a nice time to be alive. Patsa, do you feel the same? How are you doing? How is your favorite football team doing? How is life going? Are you successful? Yeah.
Fuck you, Tom Brady. I had a amazing. Where do we start? Let's get to the game in a second. How about that? We'll get to the game in a second.
Yes.
I am feeling horrible. I'm definitely recording this episode with a slight fever still. There is a chance, and I don't even want to say it's a small chance, that Nico will have to turn this into a solo episode for a few minutes because I'll have to sprint to the bathroom because that's what I have been doing for the past 4 days in intervals of about 15 to 30 minutes. No, I came back from Tunisia a few days ago. We went to Paris for 2 days as like a little layover with my dad and with Freddie. Hi, Freddie, if you're listening. And I came home, and the same night, something just came over me. I have been feeling like absolute crap, fever, what's it called? Fever chills. I've just been shivering in my bed. And then all of a sudden, I legit think I've ran a marathon from my bed to the bathroom and back in the last 4 days. So that's
overall,
how I've been feeling.
Overall, you're a little bitch.
Amazing experience. I'm great, but
you're a little bitch.
Down.
A little bitch.
Yeah, that too. I've been having stomach cramps like crazy, and I was close to tears yesterday. I was in my bed screaming. And then I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like, they got that shit for 1 week every month.
But they've never been kicked in the balls.
True. I've been hitting the balls once with a tennis ball off of a smash. Shout out to my old coach, Jan Hayek.
I have a photo that has been that was taken seconds after that happened. I have it on my phone.
You know what? I'll turn this into a reel. Shout out to Jan. I'll tell the story. Jan was is a former top 100 tennis professional player. I think his highest ranking was like
76, I think it was.
I think 71, something like that. Anyways, Davis Cup champion, incredible player. And he was my coach when I came out of college. And then after 8 months, he moved back to Czech Republic. And so I couldn't practice with him as often anymore. But every once in a while, I would go there for like a week and practice with him.
Into the beautiful city of Olomouc.
Olomouc, beautiful city, incredible beer. Just want to say, if you ever end up on the east side of Czech Republic, Drapal, incredible beer there. Oh, I miss it. Anyways,
we hope that you do not end up on the east side of the Czech Republic, even though they have great beer.
It's pretty nice there. It's not that bad.
Really?
Yeah, Olomouc is a very pretty city.
I mean, you're from Romania, so your view is basically invalid.
You say that like I didn't, like I wasn't born here. fucking asshole. What the fuck?
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we had our first practice session of the day, and so I've never been a very good doubles player. My volleys have never been that great. And Jan was a very, very good doubles player. He has won a professional ATP 250 tournament in doubles. So one of the first things he told me when we started working together was like, when you come to the net in practice, I will try to kill you. I will play the ball as fast as I possibly can at your body, and your volleys will naturally become better. And they did. My volleys have massively improved during my time that I worked with him. But you know, he always took that a little bit too far. He really had an intention to he just played the ball he played the ball as fast as possible at my body with no intention of where the ball was going to land. So every once in a while, that ball could have hit the fence, but my body was just in the way.
Yeah.
And so that was one of those days where I was at the net and I played a super slow, high volley. Just because the ball was very far away, so I was struggling to reach it. But I already knew what that meant because I saw him storming towards that ball with his racket already, up in the air. I was like, fuck, I know what's coming. So my natural reaction was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump up, I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to bend over so that minimizes the possible area that he could hit. What happened was he hit a ball at approximately 220 kilometers an hour, straight into the backside of my cojones.
And since you have a very, very large ball sack, which is at high temperatures, hanging at least 10 centimeters out of your body, it basically looks like do you know those things that people hang on the back of their pickup truck? That's exactly the view I imagine. Like, you're bending down, your ball sack is like swinging in between your feet, and all of a sudden, yellow tennis ball is smashing them at the speed of sound.
At the speed of sound. I can tell you exactly what happened to me. I heard the ball leave his racket, and the next thing I saw was nothing. It was black, and I couldn't breathe anymore. The next thing I see is him just hovering over me and just laughing his ass off because he obviously thinks that's super funny.
Well, it is.
The fact that I might not be able to have kids anymore. The dickhead already has two, so he doesn't care. Fuck. I don't know.
No, but apart from that, Jan Hayek is an amazing guy. I
love him. I love him.
I've met him on a few occasions, and it's always a pleasure.
Yeah. So
yeah, maybe we have him on that podcast one day. It will be a simple talk, but a very fun one.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll definitely have some Olomouc beer.
Yes. Yeah, but
yeah. So.
Talking about being kicked in the balls, can you explain to me why the Rams are so bad?
No, let me repeat myself. Tom Brady, fuck you. The Rams are down bad at the moment. They're not playing good football. It's whatever. Okay, but they're 3-4. Take a good win here. Go 4-4, and the next couple of games they're doable. But you got to play against Tom fucking Brady. That's not the right opponent that you want there. And
Tom fucking Brady shortly before he reaches 100,000 passing yards.
Oh yeah, and shortly after he's been divorced.
Yeah, exactly.
Shortly after there's nothing
long
stopping
enough
him.
after that he was like, okay.
Cool.
All right.
I'm gonna kick some ass now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a new wife and new kids.
Yeah, fuck. And even though you play Tom Brady in this situation, you manage to go up and lead throughout the entire game. And then you give the ball to him with like a minute to go, and Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does best, and that's walk down the field and win the game.
Yeah, like fourth quarter, 10 minutes on the clock. That's Tom Brady time.
I think that was his 70th winning drive in fourth quarter or overtime or
Yeah.
something like that.
No.
It's ridiculous. Like
And
yeah,
he
the guy's
does not. He makes sure that you do not have a chance to react after that.
Yeah, I mean, he's so good with time and everything that he knows how to take time off and to just there's nothing to say. And this doesn't justify anything. The Rams are not playing great football at the moment. They're far away from what all of us were hoping they would be. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts a little bit. The
Yeah.
O-line is incredibly bad. The defense is okay, but this entire bend don't break metaphor that they're playing is not. It's okay, but it obviously doesn't help in crunch time. And there's a few things that would need to change for the Rams to pick things up. They're still not. I'm still not writing them off. There's still a lot of games to
No.
play, and there's a lot of games that they can win. And hey, I mean, they're 3-5 now. If you end the season 9-8, I think you can definitely still make it to the playoffs. I think even 8-9 could be enough in the NFC to make the playoffs.
The problem here is, I mean, of course you can make the playoffs, but getting second is hard because the fucking Seahawks are doing so good.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still get in as third, and you can even get in as fourth. So
I know.
Yeah, winning the division is going to be a long shot. I do not see that happening, and that's tough because there's no team that I would want to win because fuck the 49ers and screw the Seahawks. I don't have a problem with the Seahawks usually, but fuck off. And be happy you didn't lose this weekend just because you had a bye week.
As far as I remember, we also didn't lose last week.
Look, the 49ers, in my opinion, they're very hyped right now, but they're also only 4-4. So, they're a good team, and CMC definitely made them better.
That's true. But the 49ers, their record is a little underwhelming, but nonetheless, there's a lot of games to play. And I mean, if you end the season with 4 losses, I'm happy with that.
Oh, but I do not see the 49ers going undefeated for the rest of the season. Way too tough matches coming up. But
I firmly believe the 49ers will be an incredible force from now on. Mark my words. They're coming back healthy. That bye week was actually nice because I think 8 players are coming back after the bye week.
Coming back,
Deebo Samuel.
But it's still very early in the season. Like, it's a very early bye week, and sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's
You never know.
I mean, there's still a lot to go. I mean,
nonetheless, both of my teams are doing pretty well at the moment, so therefore,
both of your teams. That's such a my god. Why am both of my teams? He just said both of my teams.
Both.
My god.
Yes.
You're a dickhead.
You're just. I don't even wanna make fun of you or mock you anymore because your life fucks you so much that I just sit here and enjoy. I don't see it. I don't see.
I'll still show it. It'll be visible on YouTube.
I just give back love.
Oh, shut up.
That's he talks hate and I talk love. So we always know what wins.
I have our notes for what we want to talk about on the podcast open right now, and right underneath there's a picture of your girlfriend pinching your nipple, and that makes me happy.
That picture exists. Actually, you have two of these.
There's many pictures that exist like this. This is like one of the least
disturbing.
That's such a normal picture that
I know.
that exists in our camera rolls, but it's just happy because her face is so happy as well, and it's so small. Like not the nipple, but like the picture. It makes me happy. And right next to it is a picture of me flexing or attempting to flex.
Yeah.
And you just circling my non-existent chest hair. So
Because you were complaining about my existing chest hair. Chest hair is manly. It is.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, wait, on the topic of Matt, that's a good transition. The head coach of the Lions. That guy is super manly, and he had such a cool post-game press conference. He was so chill about it. It's like, I just want to go home and have a beer. That was
clip
pretty cool.
right here.
Yeah. No, that was nice. And them beating the Packers, honestly, that was super nice as well.
I don't know what's wrong with the Packers. The only explanation is way too much
They're
ayahuasca.
A bad team.
I know that, but
or not enough ayahuasca.
Or
That's
not
always the
enough
thing with
ayahuasca. Yeah, maybe that. I don't know, but if you would have told anybody, and I mean you knew the team at the beginning of the season, but if you would have told anybody the Packers record and they're 2-5.
If you would have told no, they didn't have their bye week yet. I think they're like 3-6 or something.
Down bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would have if you would have told them that they would lose to the Lions, to the Jets,
okay,
to the Giants. No, but before the season,
before
you know, and yeah.
And I mean
Tough.
The loss against the Lions was it was avoidable. Like the Lions, it was not like the Lions stomped on them, but they just don't have the strength to pull those games. They just cannot. They just do not find ways to score points. They have such a bad offense. It is amazing. It is astonishing. Like, look at the last few games. I have no possibility to look it up. But tell me the points the Packers scored in the last 5 games.
Let me check.
I'm very sure not a game was was over 20 points.
Oh yeah, well, almost. So Lions, they scored 9 points. They scored 17 against the Bills. They scored 21 against the Commanders. They scored 10 against the Jets. Scored 22 against the Giants. They won against the Pats with 27. They won against the Bucks with 14. And then 27 against the Bears, and then they lost against the Vikings 23-7. So yeah, I mean they don't really have a good receiver that he can throw the ball to, and hey, I mean this is not Aaron Rodgers from 10 years ago. It's
no, but that guy was the MVP last season, you know.
Yeah, but I honestly think we forget how easily, like how fast you regress.
True,
with age.
But nonetheless, maybe you're just right. I don't know, but that is tough. But mentioning a team you just mentioned, the fucking Jets. I mean, apart from me guessing all of the matches wrong on this weekend, not all of them, but 80% of them, I like the fucking Jets. How could they beat the Bills? Are we overestimating the Bills?
I think maybe so a little bit, but also undervaluing the Jets still a little bit. I don't know. I look at the Jets and I'm like,
are they from New Jersey? I think so.
Yeah, it's the New Jersey Jets technically. Yeah.
Tough luck. Tough luck, but I mean, I like their colors. Like the green is amazing, but apart from that,
I prefer the Giants.
Yeah, I don't like both. Like I don't like any of them. But nonetheless, I was amazed when I watched the game and they just won. I mean, they did not wipe the floor with the Bills, but they beat them.
Yeah, and now with Josh Allen, he might be injured. That
I
might
mean,
be tough
the
news for
Bills,
the Bills
minus Josh Allen is a sub-average team.
Blah. I mean, their defense is still very good in my opinion with Von Miller and everything. Like, they're still a playoff team, but they're not. Obviously, without Josh Allen, they're not a Super Bowl team anymore. Is what I think. But yikes! I mean, tough for the Bills. It's still a game, even with Josh Allen, without whatever. That they need to win that game, and I think their expectations this year are a lot higher than losing to the Jets. But hey, in the end, I mean,
6-2.
When
you
was
can
the
still
last?
do that.
When is the last time that we saw a Super Bowl team not have one loss like that during the season, where you went like, what? How the fuck did they lose that?
Another funny stat: the Eagles have 8-0 now. No team starting 8-0 has ever won the Super Bowl.
Really?
No team.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
statistics.
Tom Brady came pretty close once.
I know.
I think that one still hurts him.
I definitely like that game cost at least one ass whooping per kid per week.
That's so rough, man. What the fuck?
But
Also, I mean, when are we counting? Because the Dolphins, they had an undefeated season.
that's true.
19.
That's true.
Long time
Yeah.
ago. So I mean, it depends when you start counting. But yeah,
I read it and I looked it up and it seemed right. But you're right. The Dolphins had a perfect season. It's true.
But to be fair, I mean, have a look at the Steelers. Like 2 years ago or something, they were like 11-0, and then I was a smart man because I said they would lose against the Commanders, and nobody believed me. And
Back then, they were not the Commanders.
yeah, I think they played as the football team that year already. No, they weren't the Redskins anymore then.
Really?
Anyways,
Whatever.
When you compare that team, in my opinion, everyone knew that the Steelers weren't that undefeated team that was unbeatable.
Yeah.
They just were very fortunate with their schedule. Did the Eagles have a fortunate schedule? Yes, they did. Are they a bad team? I don't think so. I think they are a very, very decent team that could definitely make the Super Bowl, because I do not see any threat to them at the moment coming out of the NFC. No, even the 49ers. I honestly think if the Eagles play the 49ers, I think the Eagles would win. If the Eagles play the Cowboys, I think the Eagles would win right now.
I would say both games. I would say the Eagles have a 60% winning chance just because of the momentum. But
yeah,
like Jimmy G having a good day.
Yeah.
And the 49ers.
How often does that happen?
I know. But and all of a sudden fuck you. No. all of a sudden you have like a super, super strong opponent. I gotta say I love Jimmy G, but he is the weakness of the 49ers. Because he's
not a bad quarterback.
No, he's not. He can be a
He's-
very good quarterback, but that is the thing. He can be. He can also be a very, very annoying quarterback who throws 3 interceptions in the first half. Possible. If he has a bad day,
You know who's the coolest quarterback of all time?
Kirk fucking Cousins.
You like that? You like that?
That's another thing, man. The fucking
Oh my
White
God, man.
Vikings. What is that?
Come on. There's a thing about Kirk Cousins playing in primetime.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't even know if he's ever won a game in primetime or something like that. Yeah, they're a good team until they have to play in primetime. Maybe. I don't know.
We will see.
And we will see, because eventually they have to always play in primetime.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, they're a decent team, and Kirk Cousins isn't as bad of a quarterback as he's made out to be. He's Kirk Cousins. He is the definition of what a Kirk Cousin is.
Well,
And yeah, I mean, I think with Kirk, honestly, if I was a GM and I had to run my team, I wouldn't be upset with having Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, his spectrum of his best and his worst isn't very far away. He gives you very consistent performance.
that is important. Yeah, that's exactly what Jimmy G does not.
Yeah, he gives you just shit performances most of the time. That's such a bad, that's so false. I mean, he brought the 49ers to the Super Bowl 3 years ago.
I know.
So he's not a bad quarterback. He's too good looking to be a quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Goddamn sexy man. He's the Charlotte Claire of quarterbacks.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah, but nonetheless, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, funny. I mean,
we
I
don't even
kind
have
of
to talk about.
no. I kind of like that the Vikings are doing so well, because I don't know. It's just funny, and in the end, let's be honest, they won't make it too far, so they can enjoy their
Hey, but
time.
No, I don't even want to talk about the performance. I just want to talk about Kirk Cousins dancing shirtless on the plane. That was incredible.
With 700 chains around his neck.
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe that, because you can tell that is not Kirk Cousins. How do you say that? That's not what he grew up with.
Yeah,
I don't think that he was the kid that wore chains on
probably not.
in high school on the side, and
Where is he
seems
from?
like a very. Well, what do you think? If you had to guess, where is Kirk Cousins from?
I would actually guess something like Minnesota.
I would say something like Idaho or Oregon. Nothing. I like Oregon. Born in Illinois. There you go.
Well,
In Barrington, Illinois.
I am not allowed to make any comments about the state of Illinois.
State of Illinois is quite nice, but Barrington, Illinois already sounds like this very suburban neighborhood that he probably grew up in, and he probably had an amazing childhood. And to see him now with chains dancing on a plane is so hilarious. So,
It's
good for him.
freaking funny. Talking about quarterbacks, there's more than the guys we just talked about. For example, one of our all-time favorites, Johnny Brr, Brr, Brr.
Johnny. Brr,
Joey. Brr.
Joey.
So, so you would guess that if you are a team in the NFL and potentially your best player is out due to injury, named Jamar Chase, you would have a tough time, because you're like Joey Brr and Jamar Chase are having an amazing connection. They play together at LSU. They know each other. Joey Brr likes to throw to. How often should I do it before it gets annoying?
Find out until we have 0 listeners or until I log off.
Yeah, so naturally you would guess, okay, if he cannot throw the ball to Jamar Chase anymore, they will have an issue. And yeah, they have another wide receiver.
I think it's the running back.
Oh yeah, fuck, you're right.
Yeah,
It's their freaking running back, exactly.
it's their running back. And there's one thing I can say: there was a lot of how tough was your week if your fantasy opponent had Joe Mixon in his lineup. Well, guess what? This guy right here, Joe Mixon, in his lineup. Yes! Got the W.
Fuck, scoring fucking 5 touchdowns. Bengals record.
I watched it on the German red zone. It was like, touchdown, Bengals. And I looked at my dad, I was like, hey, what if it's Joe Mixon again? And it was. Every single time.
2, 3, 4.
That was so cool how he was just counting them up on the side. That was really cool. Yeah.
I was waiting for him to do something stupid with his hands while counting.
Like flipping everyone in the stadium off.
Nah, but the Bengals, offense. That's what I texted you during the game. As long as the Bengals are playing a bad defense, they will crush you. They are so dangerous. Like Joey Burrow's passes just like work. He has the self-esteem to make it to make all of the plays work. If you let them do what they want to do, they will score a shitload of points. All of their games
good.
were, or a lot of their games were, super high scoring.
They're good, but that's what I told you as well during the game. It's the problem in the playoffs. You're not getting bad defenses anymore.
Yeah, and and you, as soon as they put a lot of pressure on, or as the defenses put a lot of pressure on the O-line, it's just collapsing. And then you have like 7 sacks in one game, and all of a sudden Joey Burrow does not know where south and north is anymore. And he's scared, and then he loses the confidence, and then they do not score anymore. So that is the Bengals' problem at the moment. Highly dangerous when you let them do their game, but with a good defense, you can neutralize them pretty quickly.
See, here's the thing, and I mean, I see parallels to last season. In my opinion, they're not a team that I would count as Super Bowl favorites. But they're a team that I wouldn't want to play in the playoffs. But that, again, is then a team that could make the Super Bowl just because of the nature of how they play. Just how they made it last year. I mean, they somehow slid through and they made it to the Super Bowl. And then, look, they get lucky that OBJ got hurt, and because of that we're in the game, because otherwise I think the Rams would have destroyed him. I've said that before. Totally, but sometimes you just have to get lucky.
Yeah.
And hey, it's one play they're away from maybe winning a Super Bowl like that. And that's what I still think about the Rams, you know. Hey, make the playoffs, then see what happens.
Yeah. No, true.
Because you never know. I mean, hey, the Rams, you somehow slide through and you end up in the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl does something different with every player, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah. Talking about records, there has another record been broken on the weekend, and that from a team that we probably do not expect it from. Exactly, I'm talking about Justin freaking Fields.
Man, that video, like, also the post-game press conference of the coach, like, I just told him to stop scrambling, and he just wouldn't listen. That's hilarious. I mean, that props to the Dolphins coach, and I mean, yeah, that's cool that he can see it so relaxed and everything. That's nice. But yeah, fair play to Fields. Wow.
This guy's
like
a
nearly
beast
200. Yeah, that's nearly 200 yards. So almost twice he ran from end zone to end zone throughout an entire game as a quarterback. Yeah, I mean, Bears, obviously they lost the game, so tough luck. But hey, future's not looking that bad.
No. And I mean, the Bears also mainly lost the game because of a Bears action where the punter just kicked the Dolphins player directly in the chest, and the Dolphins instantly scored a touchdown.
Yeah, hey, that happens. That's why being a punter is such a shitty job.
Yeah, I mean, ideally,
because
nobody recognizes you.
Because even if you do a punt, it goes to the 1 yard line. Everyone's like, "Wow, that was cool" for like 2 seconds. But as soon as something like that happens, you're just
Does it happen often that the punter is the kicker, or vice versa? Vice versa.
very rarely actually.
Because I know that the Patriots do it because I saw the Patriots kicker punt.
But usually you do that if it's like an emergency or everything, because I think Pat McAfee talked about it, because he suggested to do that, but because he was a kicker coming out of college, but then he had to become a punter, and they don't want you to do that because the stress on your leg is so different. It's such two different kicking techniques that they don't want you to do that.
Makes sense.
So you'd rather have two guys that are specialized in either one than have one guy do. But then obviously, hey, if your kicker goes down or whatever, then obviously your punter can easily jump in for for one game.
So all in all, another very, very cool Super Bowl day. Super Bowl, yeah, sure. You're already excited.
Still 3 months away, but sure.
NFL day, that's what I wanted to say. A lot of cool games. It amazes me from week to week how unpredictable and close this sport is.
It's a lot, in my opinion, it's a lot better than European football. I've said that many times. It's because of stuff like that. You only have such few games and you think you know everything. And because obviously the less games you have, the more prepared you have to be per game. Because, look at the Bundesliga. Bayern can afford to lose 2-3 games.
Of course.
Or draw a few times, because they know, we'll try hard again for a few games. We'll know that Union Berlin will lose 5-0 to Leverkusen. What the fuck? And we'll be in first place again. They can afford a 2-week stretch without doing that well, and actually probably using that as recovery to be fit for the important stretch.
No, true.
But in the NFL, you can't do that.
No, you
recover for 2 weeks, you lose 3 games, and
it's true.
You risk not making the playoffs.
NFL, full blast, everything you got every game.
Yeah. And that's the nice thing, because every game means so much, and then you think you know so much, and then you don't, because then the Jets beat the Bills.
Exactly.
And the Lions beat the Packers.
Exactly. That just happens. I mean, of course, you have those surprises in soccer as well, but then again, chances that, I don't know, in an important game, and I'm talking about an important game, Bayern or Manchester City or whatever loses quarterfinals Champions League to a obviously weaker team are unlikely. I mean, Bayern did not make the semifinals last season because they lost to an obviously weaker team, but usually, I would say if they play 10 games, the stronger team wins at least 8 out of 10 times. At least.
And in football,
you really
an
never
0-16 team can beat a 16-0 team.
Every day. Plus, American football is, I mean, it's so physically demanding, and the chances that somebody gets hurt are so high.
Think about it. If your offense is not doing well and you keep your defense on the field for a long time, no matter how good your defense is, over time they're going to get tired and tired and tired. Yeah. And eventually the other offense will score. And then there's more pressure on the offense. And it's an endless game, and it's amazing. Yeah. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
But talking about European football / soccer, the UCL draws happened yesterday.
Yep.
Actually, a very cool draw, I would say. Like, apart from Manchester City, who will probably have a bye week. playing Brugge.
No, Leipzig.
Leipzig, exactly. Who's playing Brugge?
Yeah. Porto.
Yeah.
No, Lisbon.
Yeah, but another not
Benfica.
favorite, like another non.
Well, I mean, they played well. They played very well because aren't they the reason that PSG only came second
Sporting.
in the league? No, Benfica Lisbon.
Possible. I mean,
Benfica. 30 games.
Benfica kicked out Bayern Munich last season. I mean, Bayern beat them in the group stage twice, and then Benfica kicked them out in the quarterfinals, I think.
That was Villarreal.
It was Villarreal. You're right. Yeah.
It was Villarreal. No, but Benfica has been, I think, undefeated for like 30 games. Benfica, for them, Brugge is obviously a good draw, but they're not a bad team to play at the moment.
Yeah.
There really isn't that. I mean,
the Napoli game is kind of. I mean, the Napoli had a good group stage, but I would not consider Napoli title contenders.
It's one of the best draws that Frankfurt could have gotten.
I would say so too,
in my opinion. And you would say, okay, Frankfurt is arguably one of the weaker teams as well. But in my opinion, Frankfurt, I just love their attitude, their mentality, because they're the very first team to qualify for the round of 16s
after
with their first appearance.
Exactly.
Yeah, like having their first appearance in the Champions League ever. So they're just coming out there and they're gonna go down swinging.
Yeah, it's true. They're such a good tournament team. Plus, their fans are just criminals. So, I mean,
they're not criminals. They're just from Frankfurt.
Well, it's true. In Frankfurt, you're born with a criminal record.
Yeah, you just come out and like you instantly carjack a car. I love Frankfurt. But that city has character, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Like you're from Frankfurt. It's like something like Memphis. You're proud to be from Frankfurt. I feel like these people are proud to be Frankfurt fans. That's pretty cool.
It's true, and I mean their president is a fucking legend.
Yeah,
that's like a president, a soccer president. That's like not a businessman. That's like a guy who's president because he freaking loves the club.
So honestly, have them play 0-0 in Napoli and then bring that thing to Frankfurt. And no, actually, I think they're probably playing in Frankfurt. But still,
whatever. I don't know. Yeah,
some cheeky 1-0 in Frankfurt. But it's the same thing. Hey, I mean, yes, you say that City will have an easy draw, but these kind of games, let them play 0-0 in
forget it. You're playing with a manager who has a crazy amount of experience. You're playing with a squad that has freaking Erling Haaland. I do not see.
They shouldn't. They most definitely shouldn't. Yes, I agree.
They are offensively the best team together with Bayern Munich, for sure. Also, the Bayern draw very, very spicy. Very spicy.
Yeah, there's two games that for sure everyone's looking forward to, and one of them.
The Bayern game is the best. The Bayern PSG game is the best game. It's mentality versus money. And
here's my prediction.
Yeah, please.
And I'm really not trying for this to be a subjective prediction. I'm trying to be as realistic.
I also have something in my mind.
I think Bayern will beat the living shit out of Paris in such a disgusting way that Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe will collectively consider retiring.
Yeah.
They will. I mean, they have the possibility to do it.
Absolutely.
To prove that money does not buy titles.
Yes.
Because a Dortmund can come and be like, oh, we want to destroy Paris. But they might. But Bayern is good enough without the money that Paris has to really show. And I think they want to prove a point that what Paris is trying to do to build that super team, that doesn't work. And Paris doesn't scare me. Like, as a Bayern fan now, speaking subjectively, Paris doesn't scare me.
their individual quality theoretically scares you, but I'm not scared just because I really want Bayern to whoop their fucking asses.
Yeah.
I just want to see that. I'm very, very happy with that draw. A very uncomfortable draw would have been City or Liverpool.
Yeah, but they were first, no? So that wouldn't
Liverpool
have
was first. Yeah, right. Both. Yeah, exactly. Both. Exactly.
well, no, one of them had to be second because Liverpool was playing Madrid. So
Liverpool
either
was
Liverpool or
second.
Madrid had to
Liverpool
be
was second.
Yeah, then Liverpool was second.
Liverpool was
So, yeah,
second.
that's
So
right.
Liverpool
It
would
could
have been a very
Liverpool.
uncomfortable draw. But I am very much looking forward for the game. And I also say, like, over both matches, I see Bayern 6-2.
Could be.
I say they are 2-1 in Paris. They win both games. 2-1 in Paris and 4-1 in Munich.
It could very well be.
And then, like...
But what I think would almost be better for Bayern would be like a draw in Paris. If it's somehow a draw,
yeah,
and there's like still
that
like,
you have to like
Bayern, and then there's like some from the media like, oh, Bayern has to play well. But I was like, oh, we'll show you, and then they win like 8-0.
Yeah.
Then they pull a Barcelona.
I would I hope that doesn't backfire, but I am very sure it doesn't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let's hope. Hey, Valentine's Day. I already told my girlfriend we're going to Paris.
Guys, I have actually a pot of chili on my stove, which urgently needs some stirring. So, due to this fact, I am heading out right here. Wishing you all a nice evening. And
Okay.
yeah. It was a pleasure seeing you as per usual.
As per usual. We'll do another episode soon.
Yes.
Bye, guys. Kick.